Hey guys, Mr. 4000 here, because just the other video we did get a 0 AV for Star Wars mode, which is absolutely exceptional. Shout out to Evernight and Cyrene. Today, this video right here is gonna be extremely interesting, because what I have with me for you guys is going to be a 26-page 10,132 word account review, which is also academically approved by Dupley Checker and an AI model to prove that everything here was in fact handwritten by a viewer. So we are gonna take a look at what in the actual fuck is going on in this account review note. So for a little bit of throwback, we have actually done this account review before. He is basically another qingque man, because his favorite unit is qingque, if I can say so myself. So the qingque files will now officially begin as we scroll all the way back up to the first page. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think we're gonna go through every single word, so I'm gonna speed run this a little bit. Editor, add some Subway server or like ADHD stuff in the background as I proceed to read. Let the author of this piece go straight to the point to the 5th-generation alpha kids spamming AI in chat. One does not need AI to write at this level of English. There aren't any complex vocabularies nor sentence structures involved, and if you do, it is highly advised that you should stop slagging off in your classes. You don't have the intellect of qingque. It is recorded from the last review that there was a comment stating, "I hope bro just told ChatGPT to write this. If not, this is totally insane." Well, good news for you. The only AI application the writer has ever used is to remove background from Adobe Photoshop, and he is first timing plagiarism checks on this occasion to prove this paper is legitimate. Chat is free to call me a psychopath, social terrorist, lobotomized machine. The writer does not bother. We contribute to the vast majority of modern society anyways. As a present-day postgraduate of Doctor of Poke Yaponomics and DPY, the creator of this article believes that he has the required pedigree to whip out an actual essay for this account review, unlike the casual 1,000 word short summaries that gets unrightfully called essay. Our streamer in question kept saying, "I received a 10,000 word essay," without ever actually getting a 10,000 word essay. So the creator of this essay is turning the lie into truth. I see. Intent. It has been half a year since the last edition. Initially planned to publish composition in the later stages of the year, but due to your account reviews in Star Rail Nobel Literature Prize winner Sir Spring's 900-word Divergent Universe essay on the 17th of May 2026 with a footnote, and a fellow Hong Kong Shizuno's full E0S0 stamp collection account, aka the writer's power creep, on the 31st of May, blah, 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 the same day we displayed your Jamie Oliver mechanics in the kitchen. First of all, I did not eat scallion with raw chicken. This never happened. It was in fact cooked to perfection, because last time I checked, I didn't get sick. So it's completely fine. It is only responsible as the original PDF guy to submit another document as a sign of respect. This is also to raise awareness for our fellow kickers. Bro is in fact my #1 kicker aside from Source Machine, in which our chat messages gets noticed after 50 business days, a lack of song request access, and most importantly, only having the "this does nothing" as the sole channel point word, which, as the name suggests, does nothing. Our supreme comrade Baka Player the Great is suffering in agony, with more and more of us achieving 1 year plus subscription. We somehow don't have a 1-year sub badge for that. Is that true? I don't think that. I'm pretty sure there's a 1-year sub badge, right? Okay, I will definitely look into it. Quote the famed line in 1776 that all chats are equal, that they are endowed by the streamer with certain unalienable rights. The streamer ought to balance out the rights of the chat community with the stream. I do want to point out, as of this moment of a saying, I have given the kickers additional kicker rights, because as you guys can see from this current stream right now, kickers can actually use 7 TV emotes on our top left section. They can say "oh," "bo," "po," "low," boink, and all available 7 TV emotes has since been made available to the kickers, which means the kickers' rights has never been neglected by their streamer. So this is gonna be completely fine. YouTubers, don't worry about it. Furthermore, message to Mr. Miss Iru. Okay, chat, why do y'all want to know Iru's gender? Okay, so what if I say Iru is a girl? So what if I say Iru is a guy? Why does that concern you? Why does it matter, guys? So we don't misgender them. Oh, to goon. Oh, you want a goon to Iru? Oh, is that so? I see. Shall thou stop imitating as a Rockstar developer and get the 15 months long overdue Pokemon app? The writer may need to adopt a great grandson to burn me the video on a Qingming festival. It is desired by the whole human civilization to watch the Pokemon Platinum. Excellent choice. This desertion will include a financial address for the fiscal season, swiping ideology, unit utilization, and the return of the ass poke. It is Dear Poke now, Bucko. The appearance of full notes will increase this time since you seem to like them in the last review. The author will try his best to give the Chicago style referencing. Now we shall. Okay, you know, I'm gonna keep it about. Don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Ding, ding, ding. The 2026 HSR budget. Due to the vast number of units I love since version 4, and FGO gives a lot of sane quartz recently, the expenditure has skyrocketed like oil prices, nearing a cumulative spending of 20,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is 3,267 Singapore dollars. For relatable comparison, a pearl milk tea from Gongcha costs $25. I see. The $20,000 contains the estimated expenditure for Tosaga and Gilgamesh. Oh, which are still unpaid items by the time of this recording, while this report probably cost me more than what I spent on Silver Knight. The monetary output is not only used for honorary shards, but also kick subscription and super chatting on behalf of QQ, and the miscellaneous editor commission like account reports like this one. It is believed that the writer has spent more in this desertion than the fake collaboration banner back in version 3.4. I see. Swiping philosophy. Premium battle passes are non-negotiable to obtain the 50/50 limited Lycones. Basically free. Having recently maxed out Fu Xuan's Lycone and you want to complete S5 Yunli. As stated in previous iterations, waifu over meta, so Ranmei, Babin, Huan will stay on the store shelf for the foreseeable future. That's completely fine. Nobody needs them anyways, except for Ranmei, which is basically same principles as AI free writing. The script writer would prefer organic means of stellar jade farming. Yet as a village light spender, activating the Maho Cardo for waifu is normality in the case the jades are insufficient. Okay, just say you will pay to win, right? For going apart from I own a Google account, Play Store account from Japan. I have increased willingness to spend more as I get this rebate as the value of USD strengthens since my local HSD and that is very, very 为什么力会 very, very cool units to focus on. All 5-star supports with relics and star units. Last review, it was noted that the streamers skipped checking Lycones. So please do that due to the fact that the signature Lycones that aren't S1. Given that Silver Wolf is getting close to E6, 10 to Silver 9 for flexibility, as I know the Reddit load about Benjamin, okay, that's very, very cool. Veteran Eidolon upgrades and new units after the previous review. It has become a tradition where we display the difference in unit items. This will also explain a confusion did in the beta. Okay. Whoa. I see. I heard that it is not spelled Arteria, but Artoria. So what is the right spelling here? Okay, I'm assuming this is the right spelling. Getting the S5 for Sabers S1, Yao Guang E0 S1, Sparksy E0 S1, Ceredra. E2 is pretty interesting. Silver Wolf. Oh. 50-50 victories. Star Rail is so good that I don't feel bad getting non-rate ups. In other words, God rail is God. Okay, so we have Silver Wolf Nihility. Alright, then we have that Cypher. Okay, what Rame Bubbin. Okay, no items. That's cool. Alright, Bailu. I see Himeko. Alright, that is very, very interesting. Guess the course is very, very cool. Current gacha outside of HSR. Job experience. Gachas are a part-time job after all. Reflecting on a large view, chat seems to think that this part is an actual CV. Perhaps using the table for this session is not that appropriate, and therefore I shall use a more fitting format. Ask and you shall receive. Honorable mention to SAO memory defrag. I have no fucking idea what that is. All the way to EOS, Bandai is truly as competent as my Forza Horizon driving, which is basically very competent. Alright, we're looking. Oh shit, bro, I'm so sorry about that. I think it's gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. Alright, it's all good. Oh shit! Because I zero cycle in Forza Horizon. Name of gacha, FGO server. Holy shit, you have been playing FGO for 9 years. $400. Oh, that's it. A $400 account for FGO. Reading MSQ by watching Bitty. Alright, that's very cool. Grinding event, clerical gacha duty, employment record in appendix. Blue Archive. Oh, you play Blue Archive because of my reasons I've explained? Oh, that is very, very wholesome. Wait, do you guys know that I actually have reasons I've explained? With Blue Archive. Like really, really far back. When I tried Blue Archive for the first time. A complete free-to-play in Blue Archive. Reading the MSQ, daily admin chores, looping Usagi Flap. Hail Bogi for creating a 1% search in global sensei count. Hail recent sub explains. Stella Sora. 2025, a day after launch till now. 2 skins. Christmas Freesia and Kimono Chitose. Daily admin, maximize Freesia, 1 triggering Aqua Team. I hate Aqua Team. HI3. 2024 to now, 0. 30 seconds dailies and out. Watch part 1 of the story and kept dying every combat stage. You know what, Steve? League of Legends. Old 2010. Chao Shuvi AFK farming 300 ping with Nasus and Timo in NA. Now a few thousand. You swipe for TFT Gwen made Cafe Arena. That is really interesting. A few solo queue with tank Azir split push Sion every 2 to 3 months. Ooh, occasional ARAM and TFT. Poke sniping. Area of work. Very, very cool. Right? So that is gonna be bro's. Wait, hold up. Since we're at this point, I can also show y'all bro's CV right here. So this is bro's FGO account. Boom. I don't really know what am I looking at here, but this is his FGO employment record. Born 10 plus servants. So I'm guessing that Saber, Jingliu, Columbina, Cyrene, Saber, that is Jingliu alternate Saber. I don't know what the fuck that is. Jingliu, Boot Hill, Saber. Who? Saber? Archer. Is that Archer? Is that female Archer? Oh, that's female Archer. So female Archer. Saber. Yaimigo. Who is like a purple hanger? Jade, right? Jade. Saber. Guy. Who? Saber. Yep. Okay, you know, I genuinely don't really know what I'm looking at, so I'm just gonna skip through a little bit more. Right, that's very, very cool. Holy shit, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That's a bro? Is that a bro? Oh, it's a bro. Oh. Okay, I have no idea what that actually is, but there's a lot of bros. But we have a lot of these other thingamabobs here, and a lot of other thingamabobs here, which is very, very cool. There are a lot of sabers, basically, right? So very, very cool little... Oh, more. Oh my god, I know this guy, guys. I know this guy. That's Ichigo.
The stupidest Honkai.
And then afterwards, we are just gonna be getting a lot of them other units. Alright, that's very cool. Okay. Alright, that's very cool. Is that Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh? We do have a... armpit girl over here, which looks pretty interesting. All right. Is that Astolfo? I think that's Astolfo. Right, yeah, I think that's Astolfo. Okay, that's very cool. I think a couple more sabers. Okay. Okay. Okay, genuinely FGO mates. How the hell do you even play this game, by the way? Because I think there's at least like 300 units right now. So how the fuck do I play FGO when there's like 300 units to choose from? You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Is this the light code? Okay, I'm guessing this is the light codes. Alright, okay, so these are all the light codes. I see. Alright, there's a lot of light codes. Alright, that is a lot of light codes. This light code is like particularly like giga chat for some weird reason. Alright, that is very cool. Okay. Okay. Oh, you didn't put a single copy of it. Alright, bro does not have Rin. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that he does not have a single Rin. Because I guess he does not like Rin. So, it ain't what to do. And then we're just gonna... Oh, it's still Correctors. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, there's a lot more. Okay. Okay, that is a lot. That is a lot of... Okay. That is just... It just never ends. Alright, at this point, it literally just never ends. So there's just gonna be a lot of Correctors. A lot of Correctors. And a lot... Oh! Grand Servants. Yo, chill, what's a Grand Servant? Whoa! Grand Servant. Is that E6S5? 6 stars. I have no idea what am I looking at, but level 127 with enhanced stats. I see. Level 195 out of 200. So you are a girl. You are a girl in FGO. That is very interesting. So that is basically bro's entire FGO account, which is very interesting. So let's move on into the next part. HSR login. 1 missed login. QQ and Star Savior. And there, you know, QQ is actually unironically really good right now in another world. Stamina management. There will always be on reserve stamina here and there. Okay, yep, that's very cool. That's very cool. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, that's very good. That's a lot of for someone that says you are a tourist, right? Okay, so that's very cool. Current HSR task. Okay, I see. Okay, horrendous. 200 speed, not counting E1. Why though? Why not count E1? You bought an E1 for a reason, so just count it. Full 5 roll on all 6 QQ relics is never happening, right? It will basically never happen. So, and then what to do? Okay. Wow! Stock market. Okay. 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 I see. Okay. Wow. Okay. That is numbers. Okay, cash flow. Okay, data of credit. That is very cool. Okay, that is very nice. Okay, that is a good amount here. The most crucial resource, which is relic fragment. Although we have a stagnation, it has dropped by 104.1k. An outstanding 95.7% boost. I see. Okay, that is very cool. That is very nice. That is very cool. Okay. 90% of the player base. That is very fair as well. Okay. A lot of numbers, which it is very important to us because we do love numbers. Okay. Okay. Warp luck medical checkup. Okay. Oh, bro, I'm hella LARPing, bro. I am just like, there are like too many words for me to log the fucking for the entire 25 page. But that is a good amount of boost. Right, that is a good amount of boost. Alright, very good amount of boost. Alright, DDD at 15. That is exceptional. Okay, 3rd anniversary. That is very nice. That is very good. That is a good amount right here. Okay, very cool. Damn. Yao Guang 90 times. Yao Guang promoting QQ into the next Yu Gui general did leave a very good impression. You know why Yao Guang said this like? You know why Yao Guang said this like? The reason why Yao Guang said this like is basically if she would ever die, she'd rather let the entire Divination Commission go flip explode than entrust it in the hands of Fu Xuan. Because QQ is definitely gonna make Divination Commission flip explode. Because she ain't gonna do shit, right? Most raw unit QQ, alright, that's very cool, very nice. Alright, yep, okay, yep. Ooh, T. I see. We do have a lot of them Fu Xuans, alright. Mono Quantum. I see. Very cool. Teep. Very nice. Very cool. There's a lot of endgame content clears for the knights. Very, very nice. I have 9 cycles. I see. Firm believer of the balanced front to back formation. Okay. Front aggro Yuing Li. Okay. The team wide Fu Xuan. Okay. Pure fiction. Okay. Facilitating my analysis. Okay, chat, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. My attention span died, I think like 10 minutes ago. But this is honestly just really, really cool. Alright, that is a lot of JPVA, which I'm pretty sure is very, very nice. That is super, super fantastic. Okay. Alright, never saying goodbye. That is oh, that's Saber. Alright, I didn't notice the Saber right here, which is just absolutely exceptional. Okay. Okay, not your main push. Okay, that is very nice. That is just oh! Alright, Firefly. That is very, very cool. That is very, very nice. That is very, very... Yep, okay. Amiya. Who the fuck is Amiya? Oh my god, I know this guy, guys. I know this guy. That's Ichigo.
The stupidest Honkai star rail player that has ever lived.
Oh, wait, I literally just realized. Okay, that is very cool. Okay. High Silence. I see. Oh, that is very good. Renaissance. Okay. Okay, that would have been very, very interesting. Big Ponga B. That is just a random ass insertion for Big Ponga B. Hindsight regrets. Regrets pulling for a Kafka. Regrets pulling for Black Swan. And regrets pulling for Lingsha. Hue is a well-known sustain who is back at sustaining. Lingsha is somehow worse than that. Before Sarah starts celebrating, let me be clear. I hate Gallagher sustain even more. To think I swipe for her in an Edinburgh hotel before I possess one of the same and just lag on the back of pulling Yuing Li. I see. Regrets skipping top ass. I mean, she's free. Oh, and there it is. And there it is, right? He regrets skipping Fei Xiao because why? Because Fei Xiao is the greatest DPS in the history of DPS. Honestly, feel skipping this is fine as long as you have Dahlia. It's all good, right? Who the fuck actually cares about her? Yeah. If she was released in another batch, she would have been my inventory. I said the whole time put in blah 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 blah. Very, very nice. Evernight. That is fair, right? If you don't want to play Remembrance, that is fair. Okay. Tosaka, Gilgamesh, and Pearl. What is the Screwlum treatment? I have no idea what that is. Map exploration. Okay, that's very nice. Oh. I see. So you feel that you like Rin, but you like Sakura in real life. But you actually like Saber. I don't even know what is this according to. But that is very, very interesting. But very, very cool. Very, very nice. Honestly, this was a mistake, right? This was a misspeak. I misclicked. This should have been Akron, but I misspoke. Gameplay wise, that is very, very nice. Okay, she's jumping up. That is very. I must not jump. Heavy is the crown. Fate, waifu, pseudo waifu. Still looks fine. Hail HSR 2D art. Many tiers below. Oh, you hate Himeko? Oh, you hate Himeko? That's crazy, bro. Oh, you hate Himeko? Shit, that is a little... Okay, I literally just realized bro hates the big mummies. Do you guys notice? It's like big, huge, ginormous, giga, ultra, milf, but donka. So as long as bro is big, she basically hates them, which is kind of interesting. But very, very cool. Very, very nice. Personal user, that is very cool. Okay. Oh, why Elation Flagship is in tier 2? Oh, this is your personal tier list. Oh, this is your personal tier list. So personally speaking to you, you have these as tier 0. Dihera is tier 0 to you. In it, we have a tier 1 Saber, Yuing Li Heislands. Xue in the same tier as Fire of Life, in the same tier as Silver Wolf and Sparksy. Archer, I don't even know what she's doing there. And we have a Caster and an Acheron. Very, very interesting. Elation has an issue of time consumption. If I sit down and play HSR for 10 hours straight, it's good. But majority of the days I always when I wake up, do dailies and go to work. Very relatable. Just like me, by the way. And the lengthy aha moments become a major problem. Honestly, this is a valid feedback. The aha instance does get a little bit long, especially with every single aha instance. If you have 4 aha units, there's like 10 seconds of your life you're never getting back. So imagine doing that for every single battle, non-stop, for the rest of all of your endgame content. You will effectively spend more real life time playing Star Rail just because of aha instance. Which I also think as a jobber, this is a very valid concern, right? A very, very valid concern. I will let Dawei know about this particular instance. Very, very nice, right? Okay. MrPokke mini thread. On behalf of the free-to-play players, since it is unlikely that units will join Beautiful Rerun, is it no longer possible to get their signature icons? It depends. It depends if Dawei wants to do it. With your desertion on qingque, you have stated that speed boost qingque is viable as a sub-DPS, indicating you prove you as secondary and from DPS. What other plays can I use qingque for? To do a job. Because she's never doing a job in the divination commission, right? I did a test one that's very, very interesting. Referring to the same, do these two teams look that you recommended back in Big 2023 work today after Silas Nova Flare? Continuing the qingque questions as we are in the Big 26, teammates we use in the current day are generally faster than teammates, where there's new abilities. Okay, 200 speed as Q gains 1000 allies move with without. She already has 3000 according to qingque probability video. That is a very, very good. Alright, additionally, alright, did in fact make, oh my goodness. Oh, I look bro, I don't even know who the fuck that is, bro. I have no idea who the fuck that is. But in any case, that is very, very interesting. Okay. Yes, the answer is yes, basically. Alright, since I have played a lot more Uni yesterday, I think instant when pressing the hour move. That is true. How do I know which move the enemy will use, or is it completely random? You need to know. Because all the enemies will face this same AI principle where they will let go of their hits at every single possible moment, right? For units like Saber and Aggro, when 90% of the damage from their ultimate, instead of drafting supports, that is a exceptional choice of words right here. Would it be better to pick supports that give their ultimate damage and ultimate uptime? I'm saying because I feel a lot more comfortable using Saber Surgeon right over there. That is true. Which is potent to be depth. As far as I'm aware, there are 4 Seiko talking. AOE bounce! Ah, yes, my favorite unit. When was the last endgame boss when it's favorable for Splash and Blast? Who the fuck is Splash, bro? You mean bounce? I know you mean bounce, right? When there are 5 enemies, the splash damage never hits the right targets. While there are 2 or 3 that support the environment, the intention position. Why does your alcoholic friend Dawei hate these 2 damage types? Honestly, that is a great question. I think the answer for this is basically bounce feels satisfying. It is essentially a gambler's way of dealing damage because you are gambling on the fact that the bounce lands on the right target. So they overcompensate a bounce damage through multiplier, but at the same time, you have to gamble the RNG when it do start bouncing. So that you can reset, and as a matter of fact, you know what, bro, they should just give qingque bounce mechanic. So every single time qingque throws an outer key, bro should get a bounce. Where like they have like little outer keys, little margin tiles bouncing all over the place, right? That would really play into qingque's entire personality, right? Probably too late to advise in light of Bob's issue, would it be nice to save his DRR team on him? More advantageous with Tozaka because you can use it for Archer. Oh, this is absolutely true. But how do you know this though? How do you know that? It's a little bit interesting, isn't it? But let's just go on. Do I go attack or ER rope? I personally depend on the scenario. Okay, for Sarija rope, it really depends. Because you see just now, we actually used Sarija on attack rope to give us more damage because you didn't really need bro's ultimate immediately, right? And then for final, it is pretty much always going to be attack rope. But for units like other situations where you kind of need to cast Sarija's ultimate, ER rope is going to be ideal, right? Crucial question, alright? That is in fact a crucial question right here. Last year before phase 1, you did phase 0, UBW, and Heaven's Field. Now since part 2 collab is it time to pick out the pace and watch other fate enemies? Urgent outstanding includes today's menu for the Amiya family. Strange Fate, Lord El Melio. What? Oh, Lord El Melio 2 files, FGO 1.7 Babylon, Extra Last Encore, Apocrypha, Carnival Phantasm, Collide Linder. This last one, watch it yourself. Okay, that is a interesting choice. But in any case, the reason why we didn't really have so much time to watch a lot of the Fate enemies, times are changing. Back in my days when there were like less gachas to manage, it is a lot more acceptable to spend our time on animes and everything, right? So why are times changing, guys? So number one, there are too many gacha games, right? Can't keep up everything. I just got into this other gacha game. You guys have might have heard. It's called Brown Dust 2. I have been so fucking addicted to Brown Dust 2. As a matter of fact, when I end stream today, I'm gonna go play more Brown Dust 2, right? That's number one. Oh my goodness! Game of the year, bro! Game of the year! Number 2, I have a face yell. Right, I do have face yell nowadays. As a matter of fact, right, we are gonna be taking our weekend off because face yell is gonna be face yell. Uncle Pokey can't be here with you guys forever, guys. Right? It's like, you know, like how like parents tell their kids, like, you have to take care of yourselves because someday your parents ain't gonna be here with you anymore, right? It is a very, very sombering reality of life. So Uncle Pokey likewise cannot be with you guys here forever, guys. Someday, one day, maybe, who knows, Uncle Pokey might just be like, poof, you know what I'm saying? So until that day eventually comes, I do want us to enjoy the most amount of time that we possibly have together as one big happy family. And number 3, I'm a little bit lazy Doro. Now that you have experienced how it feels to play against Propagation Firefly, blah 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 blah, do you think it's time for you to release a debuff unit with grievous wounds? I feel like that might be possible, but it needs to be built into a DPS instead of a support. And then they will sell that DPS just for the rate of environment. I feel like that's something that Hoyo would do. Because if they make a grievous wound support, you just need that support and can give it to any DPS. But if they make a grievous wound DPS, everybody needs that grievous wound DPS to deal with a grievous wound enemy. So that's what I do. You mentioned everyone must have at least 4 sets of ego and 8 sets of vulnerable. Regardless of my ego, who actually makes of those for my account aside from ego? Or I can think of right now. Right now, immediately. Imada Koko, Sparkle, Fuke, Trippy, Dahlia, Ding Ding Ding, Facial,
Holy 26 months.
Mose, fuck it, QQ, Archer, Rin, Saber, Gilgamesh, Sparksy, Yao Gui. At this point, I'm just being silly, but in any case, if you can use them, you can definitely use them. Okay, but no cap on a stack. This Vonwek is like way more important than the 4-piece ego actually. Because I noticed that I always run out of Vonwek, but I rarely run out of ego. But this might also be because I have like, I think like 10 sets of ego. But I really find myself using Vonwek a lot. Alright, like general situation, even for like elation, I really use this a lot of times, right? So okay, you have a flagship team, I believe, reclaiming first honors within the realms of possibility. Alright, game for Mr. If you did not skip through anything, congratulations on reaching the final part of the paper, and you have activated the game. Oh my god, I actually did not skip anything, guys. I in fact did not skip anything. To reward you and chess literacy, I have a game. I have a game for you. You can do the challenge with your main account after the review. With the new, fresh Star Wars mode, you now have 3 teams. That means 12 units. Do a clear where there are no units with overlapping paths. There are 9 paths playable, so abundance and preservation can be repeated, but every path must be involved only once. Illegal teams include are not limited to Fagudalia, Castoris Haya, Acheron Amblade, Herta Annexa. I don't care about cost. I aid 5. So feel free to use your E6 line Acheron as you see fit. Example formation. Okay. Hunt Harmony Nihility Preservation. Erudition Remembrance Elation Abundance. Destruct. I feel like I've seen this somewhere. This smells like E2 Cyrene, Hue, E1 Evanesia. Oh, the erudition is a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, we'll see what's up. Destruction, preservation, abundance. It gets harder every time. The number of remaining cycle is the number of kick subs I will pay. Exclamation kick. Oh my god, you know what? That is a beautiful. However, whenever anyone dies, gift card will be -1. If that happens with the abundance sustained and the remaining cycle count is lesser than 33, you will get 0 subs. We know you're more than capable of clearing endgame common team, but can you do it? Okay. With true teams or no shielding possible. You know what? I will definitely take you up on this challenge. As a matter of fact, can we clip this specific part out for our next dedicated video just for this challenge? Epilogue. As promised in the introduction, the following is plagiarism checked by duplicate checker and AI check. In the meantime, I have no idea if these sites are trustworthy. It ain't an IT. Oh, it's on MOC. Oh, MOC. Okay, we have to wait for Himeko Nova then. Okay, then we'll wait for Himeko Nova. When Himeko Nova comes out, we'll make this video, right? Thank you. I have no idea, blah, 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 blah. I am blah, 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 blah. So, 100% unique. No AI, no zero AI, zero mix, 100% full on non-AI. What if you use AI to make this picture? Nah, I'm just kidding. Additionally, I reached level 45 in Discord and turned into a Stellaron Hunter. However, as a QQ main, this is pure sacrilege. Hence, thank you for Total Lotus for changing my roadmap. I see. This article is originally supposed to be studied on the 3rd of June. However, due to a vast number of reasons I've explained, it is postponed and task notes are reviewed. And with that, we have actually finished through the entire 10,000 word count on the QQ files, longest ever essay I've ever written in my entire life, and I did in fact read every single page, and that's how you know your streamer is in fact a good streamer. So after 40 minutes of reading the note, I can finally click on bro's fucking account. Alright, let's see. I see. Okay, that is a very, very good QQ. I don't think anything has changed too much except for the fact that she's not at 100% crit rate, so it is what it is. Fushi on 10k HP, that is Luxaga, that is very, very cool. Ying Li's crit rate is honestly a little bit homeless. Yeah, I would really like that crit rate to be a lot higher. 85% is basically like 0% at this day and age, right, bro? If I can miss 5 crits consecutively with 93.7% crit rate on Scylla, this is basically unplayable. Alright, Silver 9. Okay, this Silver 9 looks a little bit squishy though. What the fuck? Okay, you know what, bro? Tree speed is tree speed, right? I think we can all agree that tree speed is tree speed, so it is what it is. Ooh, bro, she is like, I mean, like 9 speed, because like Silver Wolf doesn't care about the main set. So speed is speed. But holy shit, she is hella squishy, which means that if you want to do a sustainless run with Silver Wolf, it might be a little bit difficult. Other than that, I don't think it's gonna be too big of an issue. But yes, I personally would agree that your elation relics are absolutely fucking garbage. So that is gonna be that. Herda. Oh, that is a pretty good Herda. Alright. Oh, wow. That is, yep, yeah, that is really good for a Herda. Is that E0? Okay, I'm gonna keep it about right. As a Herda main, right? As a Herda main, you are also facing a very similar issue that Mr. Bob is facing as well, because my D Herta on my free-to-play account is at E0S0. And I have invested into D Herta by quite a bit back in my days at the start of the game because she was my early game DPS. Alright, so I got myself an E0 Ezreal Herta, E0 Ezreal Alexa, E1 Ezreal Tribi, and an E0 Ezreal DHPT. Nowadays, Tribi is probably going to go back to D Herta. DHPT is going to go back into maybe Archer, depending on what that version 4 sustain is going to be. I would say a word of recommendation for D Herta main is that don't give up. Alright, don't give up on D Herta, guys. Just like how my free-to-play account has not given up on D Herta. Because while she might not be getting anything for now, the beauty of God Rail is that even if a unit seems homeless for now, they are not homeless forever. MrPokke 2026, right? You can use that as a quote, right? You can use that as a quote. So I would say going forward, right? You can see exactly what happened to all of the older DPS that were kind of forsaken. They kind of still come back, crawling back, either with a wheelchair or a brand new version's dedicated sustain. I personally feel if it ain't gonna be Himeko Nova, and if it ain't gonna be in version 4, I could see a world in which version 5 comes up with a D Herta's actual dedicated support. Evolution, sub DPS. Fuck it, and Evolution sustain, bro. Right, so if that is gonna be able to take a base, I will not be giving up on D Herta. Right, so that is gonna be that though. Any case, Bailu, alright, homeless. Frankly speaking, I feel like this is a little bit excessive. Probably could have been spent better elsewhere. Also, okay, so it's gonna be basically using casters for the global passive, which, you know what, I can actually respect that because global passive is gonna be global passiving. So very, very nice. Saber! Ooh, that is, you know, that do be a Saber, bro. Alright, that do be a Saber. I would say, as of right now, this is most likely gonna be how I'm gonna be pivoting my account to attain a good enough rating. Where is your Saber team again? Okay, so I'm assuming this is your current Saber team. So you're using Ceridra to cast your double skill for Saber to get a little bit more energy. I feel what might happen essentially is, oh, you skipped Sunday? The thing is, I don't even think Sunday is going to be that much of a necessity. I wonder what will happen if I can... Okay, then for example, right, the thing I find with Saber is that she wants more energy. Alright, she wants more energy. And unless someone in the future can give us more energy, then that person is gonna be able to basically bring Saber to the next level, right? I think Saber baseline as a kid right now actually works pretty okay, especially if you're gonna be able to have her at E6, because the way this E6 scales is that the more outs you cast, the more energy you get. So if you have someone that gives Saber like a lot more ultimates, then this will also directly scale up your E6 to a higher degree of performance. So when that person, whoever it's gonna be coming, I will highly recommend investing that for a Saber essentially, right? So that is gonna be that though. Alright, say that is gonna be I would definitely consider changing out the Panagoni. I think there's a little... I mean, if you use QQ Sparkle, that's gonna be fair. But just to make life a little bit easier for me, I think Luxaga is just way more chill, right? It's 5% with the both of the buffs going to QQ as well as maybe want to give it to other units over there, right? Then this is gonna be... okay, the crit rate looks a little bit homeless over here. Alright, I mean, you do have a Fusion, right? You do have a Fusion, so Fusion can give you the additional crit rate over there. So that's gonna be real good. But Silver Wolf, hey. Honestly, I feel for Silver Wolf. I'm not sure if I actually prefer cards like going over Tutorial. I guess it depends. It depends if you're gonna be able to get 100% uptime on your debuff. Because if you're just up against a boss, you probably don't need to cast your outs as frequently as possible. Alright, and you just get a debuff up and it's gonna be done. But if you're up against like mob content, I would probably prefer tutorial just to get a little bit more outs, especially since you already got Bros E1, which is gonna scale very well with S5 tutorial, right? So that's gonna be okay. If you want to speed max, it ain't what to do, right? Okay, Yao Guang speed is way too low, right? I know you have Von Whack, but we can definitely try to improve our Yao Guang speed a little bit more. Alright, like, oh yeah, our Yao Guang speed is gonna be a little bit on the low end, even with the signature. So let's bring this up a little bit higher, which is gonna be absolutely fantastic. Then the rest of the stuff is pretty much gonna be homeless. Just to quickly check through your end game performance real quick. Whoa! That is a Star Word mode match achieved with qingque Yao Guang Fu Xuan Silver move. Wow. And then we have this. I'm surprised you use Scylla on Note 2 instead of Note 3. That is pretty interesting. And then lastly, we do have ourselves the Seiba E6 Excalibur Zero Cycle running a DOT debuff, which is just really interesting in it. Yeah, like, why wouldn't we swap this two actually? I'm pretty sure Saber would have been way better side 2, and then like Scylla would have been way better side 3. Because you get a shit ton of the extra turns, especially with Sparkle and Cerebra. But that is a 10-8-4-1, which is extremely nice. Also getting us a 1-cycle dispatch using qingque Yao Guang Fu Xuan and Silver Wu. So what is the moral of the story, chat? The moral of the story is, by the power of an E6 main ship flag push DPS, you can also make your dreams come true with the power of a main push flagship, right? So that is gonna be a good lesson made to every single one of us right here. I would recommend you getting this, by the way. It was pretty good. Oh, Silver 9 is just there for the weakness implant. Oh, okay. So you're telling me majority of the damage came from qingque. So she did no damage. qingque was actually the big gun, dealing 5 billion damage. And then the only reason why you got this is because you wanted to get this for toughness bar damage. I see. That makes a lot of sense, honestly, right? So I think with that, I am going to wrap up this very interesting account review from Mr. B+. Should I give bro the A? You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck. How about this? If you pull for the right units in 4.4, I will give this an S-, just because of how unique this account is. For now, I will be giving you an A. I will be giving you an A, Mr. Shuvi, for the exceptionally interesting and very unique way of playing Honkai Star Rail, truly proving that you do not need to chase meta in order to play the teams that you want to play. Oh my god, no. We are waiting for them badges, right? We are waiting for them badges. So if you want to get... Okay, first of all, I am never, ever reading another 26-page document in an account review ever again in my entire life. So if the next fucker wants to try and one-up shoot, oh, look at me, I'm gonna send a 50-page document. I don't care if it's AI or not AI. I'm never reading that shit ever again. So reviewees, be warned, right? Second of all, if you really want to get your account review, exclamation review, and join our Discord. If you really need an account review, then I'll hit you up. Word over there is gonna be 26. Join Discord. Use code POKE with Gamers Gamers. All the best for guys. I'll see you guys next.